I'm going to make a video here going into a little more depth of what's actually happening with the desync when it's lagging. So here's a situation where Cami has been knocked down by Karen, and this is in training mode. You'll notice up here at the top I have recovery frames for Cami and for Karen. So if I move one frame at a time, you can see here that at exactly the wake up time of the recovery, Cami is starting to move. So visually your eye picks up that she's getting up. You then use this visual cue to time your reversal, because you're seeing your character get up. You're like, okay, I still can't attack, okay, now I can hit the button, and now you're at recovery frames and your character's standing there. If we compare this to a laggy game, which I have down here, let me go back to the starting frames here. So that's at 100. If I go to a laggy game, this is also queued up. You'll see that Cami's on the ground, Karen's on top. But the difference here is on the first recovery frame, you'll see Cami hasn't moved at all. The game's counting down the recovery frames, but she's still sitting there. Now the second frame, she does start moving a little bit. But we've already lost about 2 frames of our 3-frame buffer based upon the visual cues in this situation. You can see that it still counts down properly, but the difference is the visual cues. If we go to the end where we're supposed to be recovering, you'll notice in the laggy game, Cami still hasn't even stood up on our screen. But if you go to a non-laggy game, you'll see she's pretty much already stood up. So visually, you're trying to time this based upon what you're seeing, but it's going to make you, when the game's lagging and the other person's behind, it's going to make you mistime your reversal timings. You're going to actually hit your button later based upon what you're seeing visually, which is going to allow them to get a meaty hit pretty much free, because you're not going to hit your reversal window. Visually, it's not correct. So that's one thing to keep in mind. It's probably better in laggy games to just block more on your wake up than to try to go for a counter hit or something like that, because you're going to be guessing. The amount of lag smoothing in this varies. So sometimes it might be 1 frame behind, 2 frames behind, like in this case, or it could be even more. It's really hard to say, and since you don't know, there's no way to compensate for it on your end.